Welcome to Hodge, Podge, Australia. Today I'm showing you how to make this super simple ruffle wedding cake. It would be perfect for any sort of cake. Start off with an 8-inch cake covered in the colour of your choice. I am using a beautiful turquoise by Satin. And then I am using a petal cutter. It's 5 petal cutter. I'm using the same turquoise, so you want to use the base colour the same as the petals you're going to make. That way if you have any gaps, they are not noticeable, but you shouldn't have any gaps with all of this. This part of the cake is probably the most time consuming part of the cake, but just pull up a comfy chair and it is well worth it. There you can see I have rolled out a little bit of my turquoise satin fondant and I have cut out 2 of my petals. You're going to do this a few petals at a time, or flowers I suppose they are, they're not really petals. Using your ball tool, you're then going to roll out your petals so that you get some lovely texture into your petals. Don't worry, after the first couple you really get the hang of it and you just swing through it in no time, but you only want to cut out about 4 flowers at a time because otherwise they're going to dry out before you get a chance to stick them onto the cake. Once you're happy with the texture you've added onto your petals, lift up that flower, add a little bit of water into the center of your flower, and then you can see I'm going to bunch it all together. So just popping your finger into the middle and just push all those petals up so that they bunch into a nice ruffle. Then using a little bit of water and trying not to get the fondant to stick to your fingers. It's always helpful to put a little bit of corn flour onto your fingers so that the fondant doesn't stick, because it was a nice hot day when I was making this cake. But add a little bit of water to your 8-inch covered cake and then stick those ruffles on. So using it as the petal, you're actually doing sort of a petal ruffle. And then to show you again, add a little bit of water onto your cake. Grab one of your bunched flowers and stick it straight onto the cake. It is easier if you start at the bottom first and work your way up, because it does help. You know, gravity obviously weighs these petals down, but you live, you learn. And that was about the last time I did it from the top. So start at the bottom and then build up on that. And just take that time to curl out your petals so that you really get that lovely ruffle look. You are going to want to do this all the way around your cake, so you are going to be cutting out plenty of flowers. That's what I mean. You will get plenty of practice at doing your petals. Once you get to the top layer, take a 6-inch white fondant covered cake, and I have some lovely silver colour mist. Obviously, if you want to use a different colour, you can do that. Try and get yourself a cardboard box, and as you can see, I have covered my cake board there, or my cake spinner, what is that, in Glad wrap, and you will thank me for that tip because this is a messy step. So get that spray off and give it a light coat. You're going to do a couple of coats on this, but don't go overboard. Do a light coat, stop, let it dry. Do another light coat, stop, let it dry. Otherwise you are going to get running with these colour mists. But make sure you also get a really good section down the bottom, because sometimes the bottom doesn't quite get hit properly in doing that cake, and here is the finish that you will get on your lovely silver cake. We're then going to put our 6-inch cake on top of our 8-inch cake and finish off our cake, which we're going to do by cutting out some more flowers and doing some more ruffling, because we need to fill in the top. Did I mention that before? Don't go all the way up to the top yet until you have put your top layer on, because you don't know how high you want to go up and how far you need to go into the cake, and you're just going to end up causing yourself to crack some of your lovely petals that you've worked so hard on. So pop your top layer on first and then fill it in by cutting some more of your lovely turquoise or whatever colour you've chosen to go for, and simply cut out your petals, ruffle, cut out your flowers, they're flowers, ruffle your petals, bunch them up into your lovely little ruffles, add some water and stick those on all the way around the top so that you are covering that seam of the cake's meeting. It's a lovely way to finish it off. Then the last thing you need to do is just find a little accent for the top of your cake. You could always put a ribbon around the top, or if you'd like, you could put giant flower on the top of the cake or some sort of royal icing decoration. I've decided to make a lovely big orange flower, which is going to complement the silver and the turquoise. But really, this is such a simple cake. The only thing it is a little bit time consuming. Doing those ruffles is a bit time consuming, but it is so worth it because you can just sit down and do it, put the TV on, put some music on, whatever you want to do. It is a beautiful, simple cake that would be perfect for birthdays, christenings, weddings, anything you'd like. And there is the finished product. Beautiful cake. So simple and easy. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up if you liked this video. Make sure you subscribe to us if you'd like to see more of our content, and we will see you again real soon.